Welcome back to the Technology Risk Podcast.
Great to be here.
Today we're tackling something pretty pervasive but often hidden, shadow IT.
Ah, yes. The secret tech life of organizations.
Exactly. We mean those tools, those apps, maybe even hardware that employees or teams start using without, the official IT department's approval.
It happens all the time.
It really does. And we want to explore why it happens, what the dangers are lurking under the surface, and crucially, how you can manage it, how you can get a handle on it without completely stifling innovation.
Because sometimes that's where the innovation comes from, ironically.
Right. Consider this, and this number is pretty staggering. Something like 80% of employees admit they regularly use unauthorized applications.
80%. Yeah, that's not a niche issue. That's mainstream.
Definitely big
Yeah.
potential blind spot. So our mission today is to shed some light on this, understand the implications for security, for operations.
And give folks some practical takeaways, how to deal with it effectively.
Exactly. We'll unpack the reasons behind it, the very real risks which go beyond just being an IT headache.
Oh, much further.
And we'll look at some stories too, where it's gone okay and where it's gone, well, terribly wrong.
Those are always instructive.
Before we really get into it, if you like what you hear today, please do subscribe to the Technology Risk Podcast on Spotify or Apple Music. That way you won't miss future discussions like this one.
Good point. Okay, so shadow IT. Where do we start? Why do employees go rogue, so to speak?
Well, I think a huge piece of it is just convenience
Yeah,
and speed.
absolutely. The path of least resistance.
Yeah, I mean, official systems can sometimes be slow, maybe a bit clunky, difficult to navigate.
Right. And if you need to get something done now,
You'll find a way. Forrester actually found that something like 67%, two-thirds of employees use these unauthorized tools, simply because the official ones don't meet their needs.
that's a powerful statistic. It suggests the problem isn't always the employee, but maybe the official tools themselves.
Could be. Think about sharing large files. If the company way is cumbersome, maybe a team just starts using Dropbox or WeTransfer. Easy. Fast.
Gets the job done. But opens up other issues we'll get to.
And what about remote work? That must have changed the game here.
Oh, massively. The rise of remote and hybrid work, it's been a huge accelerant for shadow IT.
More personal devices in the mix, home networks.
Exactly. Gartner research indicated about half, 50% of remote workers use personal cloud apps without approval. The lines get blurred.
So you might have a remote team working on, say, sensitive client documents.
Using their personal Google Drives, because it's easy to collaborate that way when you're distributed.
But IT has no visibility, no control.
Precisely. Major potential security gap right there.
Okay, so convenience, remote work pressures. What else? Is it sometimes just ignorance?
That's definitely a factor. Lack of awareness is a big one.
People just don't know.
Yeah, many employees simply don't realize the risks involved. Or they might not even be aware they're technically violating company policy by using, say, their personal email for work stuff.
Especially if it contains confidential information. They're not trying to be malicious, maybe.
Not usually, no. They just don't understand the security protocols or the potential vulnerabilities they're creating. It often boils down to needing better education.
So this mix of convenience, maybe necessity, and lack of awareness, it leads to these hidden systems. But what are the actual dangers? You mentioned security gaps.
Yeah, let's get into the risks. Cybersecurity vulnerabilities are probably top of the list.
Makes sense. Unvetted apps.
Exactly. Unvetted, often unsecured applications are just much easier targets for cyber attacks. The Ponemon Institute linked shadow IT to about a third of successful breaches in smaller and medium businesses.
A third. Wow, that's significant.
It really is. Think about maybe an HR team downloads some cool new recruitment app they found online. Seems helpful.
But IT hasn't checked it.
Right. And it turns out it has a vulnerability, leading to a data breach of employee PII personal details. It happens.
Okay, so cyber attacks, what else?
Right.
Data loss, compliance.
Both. Huge issues. When your critical data lives outside the company's secure, managed environment, it's just inherently more at risk of being lost, corrupted, or stolen.
And compliance. I guess these tools don't usually meet regulations.
Very often, no. Shadow IT tools frequently fall short of standards like GDPR for data privacy, or APA in healthcare, or PCI DSS for payment cards.
And the consequences there can be severe.
Absolutely. Netscope reported that 60% of businesses face compliance problems because of shadow IT. Imagine a hospital fined millions because patient data leaked via some unauthorized cloud sharing tool a doctor was using.
Yeah, that's a nightmare scenario.
Yeah.
So security risks, data loss, compliance nightmares. Does it also just make things inefficient?
It absolutely can. Think about operational inefficiencies.
How so?
Well, if you have multiple teams or even people within the same team using different overlapping tools for the same function,
Like 3 different project management apps.
or 3 different CRM systems in the sales department, exactly. It creates data silos information trapped in different places.
Which means nobody has the full picture.
Right. It leads to inaccuracies, duplicated effort, wasted resources, just general chaos sometimes.
Okay, so the risks are clear. Cybersecurity, data, compliance, operations. It hits a lot of areas. Let's talk about real life. Have you seen examples where companies got this right, managed it effectively?
Yes, definitely. There are success stories. I know of one professional services firm, for instance. They noticed a lot of shadow IT popping up around client communication. Lots of different chat apps, file sharing things.
Instead of just banning everything.
Exactly. They didn't just bring down the hammer. IT actually engaged with the employees. They asked, okay, why are you using these tools? What DAP are they filling?
Understanding the root cause.
Precisely. And then they worked to provide secure, approved alternative that actually met those needs the employees had identified.
And did it work?
It worked really well. They saw something like a 75% reduction in unauthorized app use. Plus, security improved, and people were actually more productive because the approved tools worked well.
So the key lesson there is engagement. Address the why.
Absolutely. Address the root cause. Don't just treat the symptom.
Okay, that's encouraging. What about the other side? An example where ignoring it went badly.
Oh, plenty of those, unfortunately. There was a marketing company, for example, that basically knew employees were using various unapproved cloud sharing services, but they kind of looked the other way.
Didn't want to rock the boat. Or maybe didn't grasp the risk.
Probably a bit of both. Anyway, they eventually got hit with ransomware.
Ouch.
Yeah. And the attackers exploited vulnerabilities related to that unsecured data sitting in those shadow IT cloud services.
Or the damage.
It cost them about $150,000 to recover, plus reputational damage, and they lost clients over it.
So the lesson there is pretty stark. Ignoring shadow IT creates these really dangerous blind spots.
You can't manage what you don't know exists. And ignorance isn't bliss here, it's risk.
Okay, so we need to manage it proactively. What are the steps? How does a company actually start taking control?
Well, step 1 is definitely discovery and assessment. You have to find it first.
Figure out what's actually being used.
Right. Regularly audit your tech landscape. Use surveys, talk to people, employ network monitoring or CASB cloud access security broker tools to identify unauthorized usage. Get that inventory.
Okay, discover. Then what?
Then, step 2, understand why. We touched on this with the success story. Talk to your teams. Why are they choosing these specific tools? What functionality are they missing from the official stack?
Get to the root need again.
Exactly. And once you understand that, step 3 is crucial. Educate and communicate.
Training. Policies.
Both. Clearly explain the risks of unauthorized tech. Make sure everyone understands the company policies. Regular cybersecurity awareness training, regular compliance updates, make it ongoing.
Don't just do it once during onboarding. Definitely not. Needs reinforcement. Okay. Step 4, provide approved alternatives.
So it's not just about saying no.
Not at all. If you identify a valid need that's driving shadow IT, find or build a secure, user-friendly, approved solution that meets that need.
And help people use it.
Yes. Support the adoption. Offer training, get feedback, make sure the alternative actually works for them. Otherwise, they'll just find another workaround.
Makes sense. And the final step, controls.
Step 5, yes. Implement appropriate controls. This is where the technical side comes in more strongly.
Like access management.
Right. Access management, data encryption, maybe specific cloud security, posture management tools, things that enforce policy and protect data. But
There's a but.
there's a balance. You need security, but you can't make things so locked down and difficult that usability plummets.
Because then people just go back to shadow IT out of frustration.
Exactly. It's a balancing act. Security versus usability. Innovation versus control.
That balancing act seems key. How do you foster that? Create a culture where IT isn't just the Department of No. It's about fostering collaboration. Encourage open dialogue between IT and the rest of the business about technology needs and frustrations.
So IT understands the business pressures, and the business understands the risks.
Precisely. And maybe create more streamlined, faster approval processes for new tools when there's a legitimate need. If the official channel is too slow and bureaucratic, that encourages people to bypass it.
Makes sense. Keep things agile.
And continuously monitor what's being used, are policies working, RIN needs change, It's not a one-and-done fix. It requires ongoing attention and adjustment.
Looking ahead then, what do you see changing in how we manage shadow IT? Any future trends?
Yeah, a few things stand out. I think we'll see increased use of AI, artificial intelligence. AI tools are getting better at proactively detecting patterns of unauthorized app usage, maybe spotting anomalies that humans would miss.
Interesting. More automated discovery.
Right. Also, the growing adoption of zero-trust security frameworks. That model inherently helps manage shadow IT risks because it doesn't automatically trust any user or device inside or outside the network perimeter. Access is granted on a strict need-to-know, continuously verified basis.
So it limits the potential damage even if unapproved tools are used.
It can certainly help contain it, yes. And finally, I expect we'll see more sophisticated cloud governance tools emerge. Tools specifically designed to give better visibility and control over all the cloud-based apps being used, sanctioned or not.
Better visibility, smarter controls. Okay.
Yeah, the tools are catching up to the problem.
So wrapping this up, it seems shadow IT isn't just, some rogue element. It's often a signal.
That's a great way to put it. It's often a symptom of unmet needs or maybe friction points within the organization's official technology strategy.
And by understanding why it's happening and being aware of the very real risks.
You can shift your approach, move from just reacting when something breaks to proactively managing it.
Which improves security, but also might actually show you where your official tech needs to improve.
Exactly. It can be a valuable source of feedback, highlighting gaps or user frustrations you weren't aware of.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Think about your own organization. Are there potential blind spots? Areas where you suspect teams might be using tools you don't know about?
What steps could you take, even small ones, to start getting a clearer picture? Maybe just initiating those conversations.
It's about turning what feels like a threat into potentially an opportunity for improvement and growth. Start the audit, have the talks.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been really insightful. Thanks for walking us through the shadows.
My pleasure. It's a critical topic in technology risk today.
Indeed. And thanks to everyone for joining us on the Technology Risk Podcast. If you found this discussion valuable, please remember to subscribe on Spotify or Apple Music.
Yes, please do subscribe. It helps others find the show and ensures you don't miss out.
Thanks again for listening.